Hey, what's up internet? My name is Nikki and today I'll be doing a book versus movie review / comparison on It's Kind of Funny Story by Vizzini. The story revolves around Craig Gilner, who suffers from depression and decides one day he kind of just wants to end it all. While he decides to do this, his mind starts saying like, hey, well, maybe this isn't such a good idea. He ends up calling a 1-800-suicide hotline number and basically tells them what he's feeling is technically an emergency and to get to the hospital. He ends up going to the hospital and checking himself into a psychiatric ward. There, Craig kind of meets a lot of interesting people with different kind of mental illness, from sex addicts to schizophrenia. If you didn't know, It's Kind of Funny Story was made into a movie in 2010, which starred Zach Galifianakis, the dude who did the Hangover series, Emma Roberts from the American Horror Story series, and Viola Davis, who does How to Get Away with Murder. When I first saw this movie was back when it first came out. I didn't really understand it. I didn't really think too much of it. I personally thought it was just kind of like a love story in a mental hospital, basically. And so I decided to rewatch it again now. I'm a little much older, and the fact that I read the book, obviously. And then I started to understand more about what was happening to our main character Craig and what he was dealing with, and it was really realistic. But it did not really capture the feeling of how the book deals with the mental illness side, but I guess that's kind of hard to translate that into a movie. I really enjoyed it. They played it out really well. There were some parts missing which weren't really major, but kind of what I thought kind of set the mood for the book, which they didn't put in the movie, of course, but I guess that's time and management and whatever. They did change up a lot of things because, for instance, in the movie, Craig is 16, while in the book he's 15 because he's technically a freshman in high school who just started at, well, his high school. Other things was the way Craig's love interest kind of looked, because in the book she basically cut herself with scissors all around her face, while in the movie Craig's love interest, who is played by Emma Roberts, only has certain scratches in like on her cheek, which I didn't notice the first time. When I rewatched it again, I didn't really know if it was like my DVD was messed up or was it really scratches until later on while they did a certain scene where Craig sings and you kind of see her scars because they put glitter on it to make her look like a rock star or something like that. Overall, I personally liked the movie. Did it follow the book? Yes, kind of, but for me it didn't actually capture the spirit of how the book did. But I guess that's how it goes. The book is always better than the movie. If you've seen the movie, tell me what you thought of it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think it followed the book? And if you haven't seen it, are you gonna see it now? Okay, so that's it. Later!